Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to Today in Bitcoin. Today is July the 9th, 2017. At least it still is in Los Angeles. I'm laughing because I managed to get this show in somehow when it's still July 9th somewhere, because I try to post a new video here every day. I am exhausted, though, from traveling between Hong Kong and Perth, Australia, where I am right now. So this is still home of cryptocurrency straight talk, no fancy set or graphics, just information. And today's information won't be so much about current events per se. I just jotted down some notes on the plane. I just got the internet working here, and I've only been on the ground for a little while. Some ladies, some Bitcoin fans here in Perth, picked me up from the airport and brought me here to where I'm staying in downtown. They don't even live downtown. And I'm going to hang out with them and some more lady friends of theirs on Saturday night, actually. And I stress this, their female orientation, because that's a little different already. I'm noticing that females here, there's a number of them that like Bitcoin, that like cryptocurrency. So good for them. And what I learned from one of them that was disturbing, but yet reminded me of something I learned when I was in Zimbabwe also. One of these ladies got into Bitcoin because she was first scammed by OneCoin. And this is a similar story to something I heard in Zimbabwe with a female. And a trusted person told her that this OneCoin thing is great. Her friend was fooled by OneCoin, so she got fooled by OneCoin. It left a bad taste in her mouth, and then finally she got back into Bitcoin, which is great that she did get back into Bitcoin. It's unfortunate she got scammed by OneCoin. And the other lady who was not scammed by OneCoin that I was talking to still did not know the full scamminess of OneCoin. That it didn't even have a blockchain. So there's a lot of different perspectives out here in the world that we have to familiarize ourselves with. And pound that like button if you're up in the West Coast or Hawaii or wherever you are right now, or you're up here in Australia. Hello, my new Australian friends. This is for you. So yeah, it's interesting. The community, so far the community, I mean, I know some guys over the email from in Perth that are guys, but the only ones I've met now are females. So very interesting. We'll see if it's a higher percentage of females down here in Perth or in Australia. It's interesting. And they brought up Ethereum to me also. Again, people, we are in a bubble where we're following everything constantly. Because one of the ladies said to me, I hear Ethereum's going down by a lot. And I started wondering to myself, I was like, did it go down a lot? Did I miss something? Because literally, I did not check the price for the price of Ethereum or Bitcoin or anything for like 15 hours. I don't know the last time I checked it. I'm very confused. I didn't know the Orioles won yesterday. I don't know what the heck's going on. But no, Ethereum hasn't gone down by a lot today. Nothing special happened to Ethereum today. I mean, it's so people interpret things different ways, and they asked me about portfolio style, and buy and hold. I can't really say why they're into it. I'm going to learn more. I'm going to learn. It's different. It's different. Again, you learn something from traveling and talking to people about Bitcoin that you don't really get on the internet being a content creator, because it seems like they're very similar people coming to your content that are into very similar things and very similar demographics. But again, I've learned a lot from meeting people, and I've learned a lot from my consultancy, because you meet people that are a little older and a little bit more responsible with their money than some of the people that come here and just are younger guys that are willing to gamble. So pound that like button. Now the other thing, well, first of all, I have an Ethereum tweet. Two things I forgot to mention. I linked to Peter Schiff in my last video, but I didn't even mention it. I linked to him again. He had a great video about the US Constitution. I mean, what it means really. Just check it out. That's a side note. But a tweet that is out there that Turd just retweeted, and I want to share it. It's a funny. What did I just do? I just post. Sorry about that. I just almost cursed out loud there, didn't I? No. We still live here. Look, I'm tired. There's a live live tweet by there's a tweet by Turd that's funny. He's arguing with some guy, I guess, about Ethereum. I don't understand why Ethereum devs aren't more dedicated to decentralization. It's the only thing setting apart Ethereum from AWS. And then the guy replies, and this is just an ironic, funny reply, and I linked to it below. Why don't you guys address these questions to the foundation directly? Oh God! So he's talking about being dedicated. Tor wants to know about dedication to decentralization. This guy answers by, talking to the foundation. So, hey, that's an interesting aspect of Ethereum. I'm leave it at that. I'm a decentralized kind of guy. I thought that's why people got into cryptocurrency. Pound that like button. Okay, so Litecoin. Let's talk about Litecoin again. I want to bring up some marketing aspects of it that I find fascinating, and I find will hold it back, will prevent it, unless Bitcoin disappears and totally falls apart. Okay, so Litecoin is insurance for Bitcoin totally falling apart. So if you think Bitcoin's going to, then be my guest, own some Litecoin. If you want insurance against that, then yes, I understand why you want Litecoin. If you think Litecoin is going to this to the moon type of thing, and if you think Litecoin is going to be around for a long time, it is. But if you think it's going to be this to the moon, long-term to the moon type of thing, I have to disagree. Let's say again that it's 0.02 Bitcoin now. I don't see that in 2020. Once the uncertainty is gone from Bitcoin, it probably will return to its long ago traditional 0.01 Bitcoin, 1% of a Bitcoin. I don't see what's wrong with that as a test net. And then when Bitcoin encounters its problems, when it needs a test net, well, then Litecoin will spike at times. How much will it spike? Above 0.02? When should you sell your Litecoin? Again, these are all questions I don't feel comfortable even talking about, really, because it's not my thing. It's just easier to buy and hold Bitcoin than worry about Litecoin halvings. When is Bitcoin going to have problems again? Will Bitcoin ever have problems again? When will it really need how badly will it need a test net, and when? But going back to the marketing aspects that hold it back, the name Litecoin, and people are going to even probably laugh at this, but marketing is important. When you hear Litecoin, you hear light. It's a lightweight version of Bitcoin. How could it ever be Bitcoin? And I know some people are they're going to say, it's lame. No, but there are certain feelings, that you get from words. There's certain names. Dash, when it was called Dark Coin, it sounded like something that was scary. When you call it Dash, digital cash, it's much more able to be accepted by the general population than it is as a scary dark cash, dark, whatever it was. Another issue that people love to say about Litecoin, and I think this is actually a good marketing thing for it. It is the silver to Bitcoin's gold. But that's pretty ingrained there, that it's always going to be silver. Silver metal is second. It's always going to be second. Now, there's nothing wrong with being second. If you're aiming to be second, great. That's great. There's nothing wrong. But there are people out there that think it's going to be the main one on its own without Bitcoin falling apart. And it's not positioned that way. It's not named that way. And it hasn't ever been thought of. I'm not going to put words in Charlie Lee's mouth. But let me say, I've hung out on the Litecoin Reddit in the past when things were really dark, when people would really bang on it bad, okay? And I stuck up for Litecoin through my older videos too, by the way, and I'm going to go into that. But it's always been, people were begging for it to be considered to be the silver for a time again, trying to remind people that it even existed. So it's being the silver is a good thing. It used to be thought of as being a good thing. Again, so Charlie Lee. And so if people think, oh, you're disrespecting Charlie Lee. No, that is one of the most he is one of the most respected people in all of cryptocurrency. I've had him on here twice. He's so smart. It's an honor to have him on the show. He's so respected that when he mentioned Decred, okay, he changed the entire history of that coin. He put it in this like elite state. People who have been with Bitcoin for a while, and I'm going to do another video about that. Maybe I was going to mention it, but that could be like basically more than 2 or 3 years. When they hear something like that, they consider something like that to be legitimate. This is coming from Charlie Lee, and he put Decred in this like hipster. Again, I mentioned this in another video. Like hipsters like certain bands that no one else has heard of, because the band's so good, and that's what Decred is in the minds of cryptocurrency so-called long-termers. It's like this kind of sort of secret, cool to like altcoin that isn't quite top tier yet. Well, it's because of Charlie Lee that Decred is thought of that way. All right. And another thing, when Charlie Lee, he talks about his portfolio honestly, when he posted a famous Twitter storm that mentioned Decred for the first time, but he also complimented like altcoins like Monero. I mean, it causes a huge stir. So the guy has huge say. So yes, him being the guy behind Litecoin is huge. At the same time, it is a negative. He could be the greatest guy in the world, but he's still, when you know the person behind the coin, that is that's not the best thing. It's the same. It's the same. If you're going to criticize Vitalik and Ethereum, you have to criticize Litecoin and Charlie for the same type of thing. I mean, we have to be fair. And again, it's not about a war here, people. You shouldn't be at war with Bitcoin. I'm not at war with Ethereum or Litecoin or anything like that. I'm just a guy who believes that holding Bitcoin long term is the best thing, the easiest thing, stress-free lifestyle. You can speculate on the other ones if you want to, and there are reasons to speculate on the other ones. I've gone over, and I want to conclude this by talking about, and I mentioned this before, and I don't usually mention them all at once, but I have a list of top tier altcoins that if you're going to speculate, and I don't think people should speculate, these are the ones. These are the Adam Meister top tier ones, and they're really obvious, I think. Litecoin, because Litecoin is a backup to Bitcoin. Ethereum, I think you know why. I mean, it supposedly does some interesting things. It's been positioned as number 2 for a very long time. The corporations are behind it. A lot of huge names are behind it. Ethereum Classic. It is Ethereum with a cap. It doesn't have a leader behind it. It is the Ethereum for Bitcoin people. Monero. It is an anonymous coin. It probably is the most anonymous of them all. Dash was supposed to be an anonymous coin. It is a marvel in cryptocurrency marketing, and I think it's going to stick around because of its good marketing. And my other one is Decred. It is Decred because it is got some interesting governance. It's got some smart people behind it. And hey, man, it's Charlie Lee got us into it, got us all into that one. And I still think it's gonna this governance thing, as people just whack on Bitcoin because of governance, and I think it's blown out of proportion. That the Decred thing is unique, and we'll see how it develops and what speculators jump into that. And again, I had made videos in the past, and I said Bitcoin, Litecoin, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin are the top 3 coins. So that, I mean, it's not like you can go into my archives and see that, and I'm not erasing them or anything like that. That I've always considered these guys very legitimate. I mean, at a time, I didn't even consider. I didn't have any other coins besides. I didn't think of any other coins besides them. Again, 99, 98% Bitcoin in my portfolio. The only reasons I have other ones is weird reasons. People have given them to me. People donate. Obviously, you can donate below. Check out the notes section below. Get a shirt like this. All right, I think that's it for today. It's a little bit of personal Adam information there. We've covered some stuff that's going on here in Perth. And so I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video. Do check out the notes section below. Pound that like button. We'll get more into current events in a few hours when I get some sleep. And I hope I didn't skip anything. I probably did again because I need to rest a little bit. It's, many hours on a plane. Bye-bye.